What if I told you that the same greed that destroyed the Roman Empire is at work right now in our modern world? The fall of Rome wasn't just about barbarians, war, or politics. It was about money. A silent collapse that began in the mint, not the battlefield. Because when an empire starts printing wealth out of thin air, when greed becomes policy, history has a nasty habit of repeating itself. So, what really bankrupted Rome? And could the same thing be happening again in our time? Let's uncover the economic crime scene of history's greatest empire. Setting the stage, at its height, Rome was unstoppable, ruling lands from Britain to Egypt. Gold and silver flowed into the empire. Soldiers were paid, trade flourished, and the people prospered. The Roman denarius, their silver coin, was trusted across the known world. It was the backbone of their economy, their dollar, their status. But as Rome expanded, so did its appetite for war, for luxury, for control. Emperors promised bigger armies, grander games, and more free bread for the masses. But here's the catch: when the bills came due, the empire didn't have enough silver to pay. So they found a shortcut, one that would poison their entire economy. The origins of the fall, 142 to 40, under Emperor Nero, the first cracks appeared. To fund his lavish lifestyle and massive building projects, he secretly reduced the silver content in Roman coins. The denarius went from nearly pure silver to just 90%, then 70%, then even less. It was an early form of money printing, the illusion of wealth without the substance behind it. Soon, other emperors followed. Each one clipped more silver, mixed in more copper, and told the public everything was fine. But it wasn't. Prices rose. Merchants lost trust. Soldiers demanded higher pay to offset inflation. The economy began to spiral, slowly at first, then all at once. By the 3rd century, Rome's money had become almost worthless. Inflation skyrocketed. The same loaf of bread that once cost 1 denarius now cost 100. Trade collapsed. People reverted to barter. Tax collection broke down. And with no stable currency, the empire couldn't pay its armies. So generals rebelled, provinces broke away, and civil wars erupted. The world's mightiest empire was eating itself alive, not from external enemies, but from internal greed. And when the financial system collapsed, so did the trust that held the empire together. The rest was just a slow, painful disintegration. The failed fixes later emperors tried to fix the crisis. Diocletian introduced price controls, punishing merchants who raised prices. Constantine tried creating new gold coins, but by then, the middle class had been crushed. Rome had learned how to conquer the world, but not how to manage its money. And here's the twist. Their leaders knew what they were doing. They were simply buying time, trading long-term stability for short-term power. Sound familiar? Modern parallels. Today, global debt stands at over $315 trillion, more than triple the size of the world's economy. Central banks print trillions in new money every year, while the value of each dollar quietly erodes. The average American dollar now buys less than half of what it did 20 years ago. Housing, healthcare, education, all inflated beyond reach. Just like Rome, we've convinced ourselves that money can be created forever, that deficits don't matter, and markets will always rise. But history warns us, when trust in currency dies, empires soon follow. Greed isn't just personal, it's institutional. And when the system itself rewards excess, collapse isn't a question of if, but when. Closing. So what can we learn from Rome's downfall? Lesson 1. An empire that debases its currency debases its future. Lesson 2. Real wealth comes from productivity, not printing. Lesson 3. Every financial bubble in history ends the same way, with the loss of faith. Rome thought it was too powerful to fail, until it did. And as we stand on the edge of another economic cycle built on debt, greed, and illusion, we have to ask ourselves, are we any different? If you found this story eye-opening, hit subscribe, because next time we'll explore how modern money became our greatest illusion and what history says will happen next. End card. The past isn't dead. It's just waiting for us to repeat it.